Bibi and her cubs must now spend 10 hours a day looking for food. Twice as long as normal. In the macaque troop, hunger makes tempers flare. One male pushes his luck too far. As with the youngsters, male macaque adults vie for dominance. They must fight over and over for their position in the hierarchy. The higher up they are, the better their access to the dwindling food supplies. So despite risk of injury, winning this fight could be vital to the male's survival. As quickly as it started, the fight is over. This male has secured his rights to the limited rations. A new hierarchy is in place, for now. And no one has been seriously injured. Back in the clearing, grooming calms the whole troop and cements the change in leadership. Soothing relationships between individuals will help the whole troop cooperate during these increasingly lean times. When times are tough, predators are always on the lookout for an easy opportunity. But others are on the lookout too. The macaques have seen the danger and protest loudly. Their piercing alarm calls warn the troop and other animals nearby. It's a leopard. They normally hunt by night, but the prolonged drought is making everybody desperate. Even in the relative safety of their cave, Bibi's cubs are nervous. Leopards and tigers are the only predators large enough to prey on the family. But the leopard would be foolish to take on a full-grown mother bear. At around 80 pounds, it's less than half Bibi's weight and would likely suffer serious injury if it got anywhere near Bibi's slashing claws. The cubs are a different matter, so Bibi stands guard. Sloth bears normally come out at night, but to keep them away from the usually nocturnal leopards, Bibi specifically chooses to take her cubs out during the day. This change in behavior is particularly important now. At 10 months old, the cubs have grown to 90 pounds and are too big for Bibi to carry them both to safety. If they need to escape, they'll have to run for themselves. A leopard in broad daylight, however, is conspicuous. And there are too many eyes around the clearing for him to be a real threat. But he'll be back, waiting for the animals here to grow weaker as the monsoon failure drags on. And he's not the only danger in the clearing. 2 male sloth bears have arrived, looking for any food they can find. At 300 pounds, males weigh about 1/3 more than females like Bibi, with power and aggression to match. This could be disastrous for Bibi and her cubs. Male sloth bears are known to kill infants to try to bring their mothers back into estrus. The cubs are right to be anxious about these imposing new bears on their home turf. Bibi can sense tension in the air. She keeps her cubs at a safe distance. And a good thing, too. With their sharp claws and large canine teeth, spats like this can turn deadly at the best of times. With drought forcing hungry and stressed animals into ever smaller areas, more fights will break out. It's now late July, and the rains are more than 2 months late. It's crunch time for Bibi. Even in a good year, a third of all sloth bear cubs won't survive. And this is not a good year. But things are about to change. The feast that follows the famine is here, and not a moment too soon. Groundwater appears, flowing in streams across the rocks. Pools transform the clearing once again into a life-saving oasis. It brings in bears and other animals from all across the area. Where the cubs were once at risk from other bears, now it's different. With so much food and water to be had, even the males now tolerate each other. For Bibi, the arrival of the monsoon marks a victory. She has ensured her cubs have survived the toughest season she's ever known. She has taught them vital life lessons. Which bears to avoid and when, which animals to steer clear of, and most of all, where to find food when the going gets tough. Bibi will look after her cubs for another 9 months, until the start of the next monsoon. But with her guidance, the cubs have had the best possible start to life, and the best preparation for when they leave her and set out on their own.
Hey Love Nature fans, be sure to like and subscribe to catch all our wild animal stories. Get closer to nature right here on YouTube.